another Jim Sherman play that I was in, but I wasn't his mother, was called Affluenza. And it was very cleverly written, all in couplets a la Molière. Here we are with Just a Second. Bernie and I were in it, and Larry Yando, who has had a brilliant career in Chicago. One funny thing happened. Larry Yando was playing a homosexual who was a real queen. And in one of the scenes, he's supposed to be wearing a beautiful blue sequined gown. And as he's on the stage, I'm sitting beside him, and I see, as he's standing, the gown is breaking away in the back, and it's about to fall off his shoulders. Well, as the Jewish mother, I said, "Let me get something to hook you up. Wait, I'll be right back." He had the sense to stand still, ran backstage, got a pin from the dressing room, and pinned him in the back, in character. Another time something like that happened was, I got a nosebleed on stage. What to do? Fortunately, I had a handkerchief in the purse I was carrying, and I pretended I was in tears because the scene was that I was very upset anyway, so I pretended I was crying and I could wipe the blood off my nose. I bragged to Dennis Zacek afterwards, who was the director of that show. I said, "Was that quick thinking?" He said, "Don't ever do that again." Well, we have a couple of others here. Door to Door. That was a very successful production. We took it to many cities, raising money for the JUF. This is the poster with our pictures on it, but we've got a better picture than that somewhere. Let me oh, here we are. Top photograph of the three generations. Door to Door. There was my granddaughter, my daughter, and myself. The Door to Door title is clever. It refers to, in Hebrew, the door of a door, from generation to generation. And on the set, there were three doors, marked 1, 2, 3, because they represented different times in the life of this family, where they started out on the West Side, and then they progressed to perhaps Albany Park, and then the later one, the suburbs. Well, I had to make a very quick change backstage. In listening for my cue and leaving the scene of the first door and running backstage to the second door and getting my clothes ordered because I was supposed to be in another generation, I missed the second door and went into the third door by mistake. I walked out on the stage and I thought, what happened to the lighting man? There's supposed to be a light here when I enter. I went on and I see the person I'm supposed to be speaking to is looking at me in horror. She's wearing the wrong costume. I thought, why did she make such a mistake? She's wearing the wrong costume. It took me several lines before I realized that I was the odd man out. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, how to get back? I made conversation that I thought would segue into the scene I was supposed to be doing, which we finally got to after several harried moments. Finally, the show was over. I went into my dressing room between acts, and I put my head down, and I was so chagrined. I was so embarrassed. I was so ashamed of myself. Who comes in but the director, Dennis Zacek? And I thought, well, here it comes. This kind man told me of stories of other productions where actors made terrible mistakes and sometimes just stopped the show and said, I don't know where I am, to comfort me. No wonder Dennis is a good friend to me. I loved him from that moment on, that he saved me from my own shame.